Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Daily Bone Podcast, where we discuss all things crypto market. That includes the majors like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, meme coins, and of course, NFTs, also content coins. Today, we're going to discuss the disastrous launch from Base of the Bases for Everyone content coin token. We're going to talk about some runners on Solana that we saw both in the Launch Lab ecosystem and other places. And we're going to talk about more uncertainty in global macroeconomics. Trump getting in a fight with Jerome Powell as well. GM. I'm joined today by Clemente and Easy. If you're listening on YouTube or you just hopped in, we did a fun little giveaway when we kicked off the spaces for our early birds. We sent over 0.1 Solana to our friend Vic at Human After All V. He was the first one to comment underneath our space with his Echo profile. You can send money to anybody on Echo using just their Twitter handle. It's as simple as that. They also just launched loot boxes. So for signing up, you have a chance at earning USDC. We opened our nice little Bodoggos loot box, and we won $1. Free $1 in that thing. You also stack waves. Waves are their ecosystem points program. And if you know what points are, if you can kind of put two and two and together, you can imagine what is going to happen with points down the road. I mean, a payment platform on top of X feels like it's a pretty interesting infrastructure play in crypto, if you ask me. Clemente, you've been using Echo. I see you've been posting about it. What do you think about this this little dApp here?
I'm a fan, dude. I'm just like, it was really easy to get signed up. I have been wanting to I've been wanting to like have a native payment platform on X for so long. And it's like, it just makes sense to have that on like social media platforms. So now that we have something like that with this app, I might shoot my shot with some people, man. I might be like, hey, I just sent you $1,000. Hey, go claim that if you know what I'm saying.
You're going to be the Ansem of Echo.
Like Ansem should 1000% be on Echo. Instead of saying, what's your Solana address? You just say, I just sent you $1,000. Check your Echo, woman, babe. Echo is the best place to spit game. Hey,
if you haven't signed up yet,
if you're a bachelor and you're looking, hey, throw away Hinge, throw away Tinder, throw away Grindr. Use Echo. Boom. Look at that, Ray. We got people. Daniel Rizzler is saying, where do you download it? This guy is ready to lay down some tips, if you know what I'm saying. Look at him. He's fired up. Dale huevon. This is my guy right here. Is this a Chilean? Daniel Rizzler, are you a Chilean? I might have found my new best friend. Let me send you some Solana. Hey, Daniel Rizzler, what's your X? I'll send you a little soul. I'll send you a little tip. Big dog. That's my guy right there. Don't feed wolf. El Bat Boy's like, word. Hey, drop a link. Bam.
Stas. Oh my gosh. I cannot wait to discuss this with our friends over at Echo. Clemente shilling the platform as the new Tinder and Hinge. He's going off the rails. Absolutely. Sign up now. Bodoggos.com/Echo. Just connect your Twitter, create a passkey. Super, super simple. Send and receive money on X. Get rewarded for doing so. You can earn points daily too. You just basically pop open the app and you click a button and you earn some waves. So easy to earn points. Another thing you can add to your workflow, maximize your crypto footprint in terms of future rewards.
Raymond, if you sign up, do you get a loot box?
I just talked about that. Yeah, you get a loot box when you sign up. Yeah, sign up, you get the loot box. We got $1 in ours, 1 USDC. There's free money in there. Also waves. If you refer more friends, you also get additional loot boxes. So you can spend zero money. Blake got me with his comment.
Blake, for people listening, says that I said Echo is great for spitting game, and then I sent a tip to a dude. So yeah, look, you got to do what you got to do sometimes, man. Say, hey, from now on, if you're a single guy, don't say, hey, what's up? How you doing? Let me get your number. You say, let me get that Echo. Let me get that X username.
Hey, take it one step further.
You should Clemente DM.
What'd you say, Easy?
Take it one step further. Skip all the lollygagging, the flabby lip stuff. Just say, check your Echo.
Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot.
Come on, go.
So
No.
instead of just guys, this is spitting game 101. I'm going to send this to Dancing Eddie. Because all you need to say from now on, the line when you slide into someone's DMs is check your echo.
Checo.
Be sure to do this. Checo. You just say Checo, and they'll be like, oh, shit.
Checo.
Hey, what did they send me? OnlyFans people. I heard they're moving over to Echo. Everyone's moving over to Echo. It's the place to be. Just the tip, baby. All right, cut that.
I'm
one
having
out.
way too much fun with this. This may be our longest partner segment of all time, but way too much fun. We love working with Echo. They are building something of use in crypto, and Clemente's finding more use cases for this primitive by the minute. Shout out to Echo. We love working with them. Check out podoggers.com/echo to get started. And
Hey, if you're a sugar daddy, go on Echo. No bullshit. No having to worry about Venmo. You just got a Solana. Boom. You send it right there. Echo is the place for sugar daddies, sugar babies, for spitting game, for regular day-to-day tipping or sending money. Boom. Echo.
We sent out a bunch of money yesterday. I know a guy, our Tommy, Sneaker Dad, Fred Dog, got cash yesterday. We went heavy on YouTube. We're going a little heavier on the spaces today. So comment under the spaces. Give us a like, give us a comment your Echo profile. Take a little screenshot after you sign up at podoggers.com/echo. And I'm going to pick some people live during the show and send you guys some cash. We're going to make it rain up in here.
How do I get access to this account? I want to send some money to some people.
You need my passkey. I'm the holder of the Echo account. I can send you some. I can send you some though from there.
You do not want me getting access to those 2 Gs. I will be deploying capital in ways that would not be company approved. Right.
Yeah, I mean, we're sending this out as Bodoggos. Like, this isn't coming from them. Like, we're just like doing this. And Nick's like, yeah, I'm gonna send out 1 G on day 1. We're like, yo, chill. But we are going ham with this Echo account. We are sending cash left and right. We want to reward our listeners and reward our followers. We also have a contest in the Discord, so check out the Discord if you're a Bodoggos holder. Chance to earn some extra cash as well. That being said, after the longest sponsor read in all history, Clemente, can you take it away with the Reddit report?
Oh, let's go, Ray. I'm gonna stand up for this because dude. That Echo fired me up. Is there Echo merch, dude? I want to stand
up. Should you like crouch a little bit, maybe?
Oh, chill, Ray. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Thursday, April 17th. What a beautiful day, man. What a time to be alive. Looking over at the crypto roundup, the majors are slightly up on the day. We got Bitcoin hovering at around 85K. Ethereum just under 1,600, holding up pretty well. Solana outperforming at 134. Altcoin looking good. Over the past 24 hours, Coinbase launched the Base is for Everyone meme coin from their official Twitter account. This is called a content coin, folks. It's a new paradigm shift. Our guy Jesse Pollock, head of Base, coined it. He also tokenized his baby. The token ran to a $17 million market cap in the first hour as Solana degenerates were piling in before a flash crash over 90% after they launched another token. They're not just launching one, they're launching hundreds per day. It has since recovered back to a $15 million market cap after an all-time high of $21 million. Brian Armstrong was unhappy with Jesse Pollock. He was giving him a spanking. He was saying, hey, we got to deploy some capital. You son of a bitch. We're launching, just wailing on him, spanking up a storm. Next up, it was a chaotic day in the U.S. equities, as equities lost over $1.5 trillion in market cap. That's trillion with a T, as Trump called for Jerome Powell's termination. Powell was not happy. He said, tariffs, if they increase, that's going to cause higher inflation, slower growth. Donald Trump also was just spanking him. It was a spank fest over at the White House yesterday. Finally, Radium's launch lab saw a successful first day of operations with dozens of token graduations and the Time meme coin hitting an all-time high of $8 million. God damn. That's all for the weather report. Back to you in the studio.
Excellent weather report, as always, Clemente. A lot to unpack there, a lot to talk about today. Let's start off with the big story of the day. What's going on with Base? So to recap, Base basically posted something on X saying Base is for everyone and immediately commented on it, coined it, leading of a viral frenzy of people just being like, oh, Base now has an official meme coin. We talked about this on our Slack. Easy was super, super pumped for this. Clemente was like, dude, this is Zora. Anytime you see Zora on anything, it goes to zero. I'd love to hear your take on A, the launch, B, like the overall strategy, and see how it's handled.
I think Jesse Pollock's a visionary. I think this was the best move Base could have done. As somebody who profited 6 Ethereum off of this, I think that there's no better ecosystem than Base, specifically for content coins. We should tokenize children, as we saw Jesse Pollock do. We should tokenize mugshots, which I think BitBoy is prepping to do. We should tokenize sex tapes, which I think Kim Kardashian and what's the guy, Portnoy may even start doing. And we could tip through Echo, just directly to the X account after creating a content coin. This is a home run, absolute smash hit. In all seriousness, I was up like 15 fucking ETH from when I got into the peak, and then they rugged it. And then I think the timeline and the catastrophe that ensued led to Coinbase being like, we got to do something here.
Yeah.
Because everyone says we're retarded.
You got calling the market makers.
I mean, dude, look at this fucking chart. Like, this thing pumped to new all-time high. And this chart looks really good. Really good.
A well-painted chart.
Yeah, like, shout out. It was probably the Move market makers, if you're familiar with them. The Story market makers. Yeah, just
Mantra,
a great team.
The Mantra market makers.
Yep, Mantra, great team. Great team. But yeah, no, this is a beautiful chart. Beautiful chart. Can't fade this. Can't fade this. Basically, though, if you like sold that nuke, you are furious. And I would be too. Because initially I sold the nuke. I took initials almost at the Pico top and then sold the remainder of the bag for like 1.5 ETH profit. Then I saw them paint the shit out of this chart back up to like 7 mil and bought back in. Because I was like, oh, they're gonna do the most hated thing possible here. They're going to piss off everybody even more by running this back to a new all-time high and then painting this as a success story. And they did overnight. Around midnight, I believe, is when it ended up touching new all-time high. I woke up. I've been up since like 6:15, 6:30.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've been up early.
Early morning.
And I was like,
I was texting at like 5:45.
Yeah. What were you doing this morning, dude?
Dude, I had a workout class at 6 a.m. I felt really good.
What was the workout?
It was called Berries. It's like you do running on the treadmill. It's like what's it called? HIIT, HITT.
High intensity interval training.
High intensity interval training.
Yeah, dude. I was just
Yeah, I got a buddy who does berries. He goes there and he sees the fine ladies in the crowd and says, "Hey, check your echo."
Yeah.
Doesn't even have the Twitter. Doesn't even have the Twitter.
Yeah, I do a little. I'm running on the treadmill and I'm just right next to me. I go, hoo, hoo, hoo. That means check your echo and dog.
Listen. It's quite simple. But no, yeah, you're a sick bastard for that. When you responded, because Clemente, I gave you a dinger overnight, an absolute dinger. We won't talk about it because the market cap's pretty fucking low. But we got it even lower. And I was like, hey, this is right up our wheelhouse. This is right into the whole, like, we trade viral situations. And the thesis has been working. It has been working. So, I mean, this actually, so in theory, Clemente, we should have bought the ever-living fuck out of the nuke. Because this was the definition of viral on social media yesterday.
Well, I don't want to talk about it too much if people aren't.
No. The base thing.
Oh, the base thing. So I don't know. The reason why I didn't buy it was I don't know how to play certain, like, crypto Twitter virality for me is different than like mainstream Twitter virality. So here's what I'll say on this content coin thing. This is already happening on Solana. Like everything where Jesse says everything is going to be tokenized, this is already happening on Solana. Solana is where you buy these content coins. That's what pleases. Like you're betting on these social media trends, and in the future, everything will be tokenized. A motto, a slogan, like all these things are going to be tokenized. The thing that Base is trying to do right now is they're trying to do it on Base, and they're doing it on Zora. The narrative that they've been talking about that Jesse's like, you're supporting creators makes absolutely no sense, because they said their narrative, because I've bought stuff on Zora before. I've been and I got rinsed on all of them. Base put out a tweet a month ago when Morning Routine came out, and their messaging was, if the morning routine guy had just tokenized this on Zora, he would have been able to profit from the virality, was the messaging. My response was, I responded to this. I said, what's stopping anyone else from tokenizing this themselves? Like if I minted the morning routine guy myself versus anyone else, what's the difference there? So you're not supporting creators.
Provenance.
Anyone else can do it.
Provenance. The one that he makes will go the highest. Just how the market works.
But if I launch one, I could still milk it, right? Like it's just the same as like if this guy launched his own meme coin. So what Base is trying to do is they're trying to kickstart what's already happening organically on Solana. And that's when you go back to like sitting, I think being what Base is good at is not the degenerate stuff that's happening on Solana. They should stick to what they're best at. And I don't think it's this. I understand what Jesse's trying to do 100%. He like tokenized his baby or something.
Oh, that's actually my child now. I own 51% of the tokens. I'm not taking responsibility for it, but
what's that ticker? What's that ticker?
That's mine now. Thanks. Little Easy looks great over there, Mr. Pollock.
Yeah, if you own over 51% of the Zora coin, you get to name the baby.
I'm actually about to quote tweet that and ask him if that's the case.
So, is this the second coin they launched? Was this Base at Farcon, right?
Yeah. Wow, that's a great chart. That's a great chart.
Like this is gonna, yeah. I don't know why would anyone would buy this. I spent.
Why are people buying the first one still? Like, why are people still buying this chart?
I have no idea, but I made the last buy I made on Base was I bought the Solana ad on Base on Zora because I was like, this makes sense. I actually want to buy this because it's like a perfect narrative to do this on Base. Zero. Like, look at this market cap. It's a $4,000 market cap.
Bro, you know this shit was gonna.
You're sharing a 4K market cap shitter right now.
No, I'm saying I'm using it as an example. Do not buy this. This is not.
It's even worse though. 48 hours ago, they were posting tweets about how people were turning 10 cents to $1 over and over and over, and I was like, oh yeah, this shit's fucking washed, dude. Washed.
Yeah, the fact that they're like, yo, they starts at a $22 market cap is wild, and then they're using those as their percentage increase numbers. Jesse Pollock's like, yeah, this is up 3,000,000% from $22. It's like, what are you doing here? Absolutely absurd.
The other thing,
that's like the upside value as a content creator. Like Clemente, if you posted like an absurd video, if you know you had a banger coming out and you were like tokenized it right away and you bought it at 22 cents or $22, like it could run to like 10K and you probably make a few $1,000.
Yeah, but dude, that sounds god awful.
I mean, I had a post yesterday about like a video of me getting rugged by Coinbase, which got 400,000 views. I could have maybe tokenized that but like, I don't want to do that. Why would I want to do that?
Well, it's a content coin. Jesse Pollock says you want to launch many of these. I guess it's like the like quintessential way of like, hey, you can launch a meme coin without the stigma of it. Because I feel like people want to launch meme coins. They just don't want to launch meme coins because of the fallout.
Yeah, no one wants to be responsible for it, but everyone wants to like profit from that initial like. I do think eventually we're gonna get to a point where everything will be a meme coin. The other piece, the other thing where I was like, oh my God, Jesse, what are you doing? Was he was like addressing the FUD by going on books and like the scammer guys' Twitter space. He was like, guys, I'm addressing all the FUD in here. I was like, dude, do not. That's the last space you want to be going on.
Like, is that showing like a disconnect of him and like the market in general? Like,
wait,
is he out of touch?
Who is this guy?
What's this?
Yeah. I don't know. Someone just responded with a picture of my face and said he coined it. So yeah, he blew this too. Anyways, this is, I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. I think if you're wanting to make money from this, just look at what Base ends up like posting. They're obviously wanting to push activity on their chain, and they want to get as many people trading on their stuff as possible. If anything, this makes me more bullish on Solana. Like Solana is dominating this. And as much as people say it's like the degenerate chain, ultimately that's what has the most product market fit in crypto is speculation and like people trying to make money. And base every single blockchain would kill to have the degen activity that Solana has. And that's like a big proven. And frankly, that's a bull signal for Sol. Anyways.
I just sent 0.1 Solana over to NFT Goat, commented on our Twitter space with a picture of his Echo account. We got another winner there, bodogos.com/Echo. We're sending these out throughout the show. Keep commenting on Twitter. Shoot some ats in the YouTube comments. I'll have Clemente or Easy pick somebody. When we see a bunch of ats flow in the YouTube comments, we'll pick a YouTube person as well. Sending money away all show. So keep listening. Stay tuned in. Give us some love. Give us a like. Give us a retweet. Give us a bookmark. Hook us up. Next up,
check that Echo. Toots is NFT Go to well, okay.
Yeah. NFT Go. Checo NFT Go.
Checo your Echo.
All right, next up, we saw some other runners on Solana overnight. Easy, you want to break down what you saw? I know you were in a number of coins. We saw Time. We saw Launch Labs like kind of crushing it yesterday. Were you trading any of those new migrations?
I did really well on Launch Labs out the gate. I traded a bunch of stuff immediately, like the Ray Dog and shit, because I was like, okay, volume's going to flow here and people are going to be trying to chase whatever moves. As long as Time keeps going higher, we have a serious opportunity to capture attention on that. And that's what we saw. So we continued to see a lot of that. And I was like, this is good. This is very interesting. Like, that was it for me. But then you also saw a bunch of stuff like this Darkcoin ran that a lot of people were very interested in. It's at like 26 mil at this point, which is fucking nuts. That ran over a couple days. I was very, very surprised about that.
Dark Eclipse?
Yeah, I think it's that.
I've seen this, and I like kept thinking it was a scam.
So it's an AI coin. I don't know nearly as much as I should about this, but it sent. Like, this thing sent. I was like, what is going on here?
This is a token where nobody's ever been down on it ever after buying. Pretty much. This thing's just slowly up and to the right. I don't know what this is. 4 months old.
Yeah. Never heard of it.
Do a tease. We need to talk to Kix about it tomorrow, because he uses tease with Tokido, basically a way to have AIs running on chain to be like transparent. So like when you're saying AIs are doing things, they're actually doing things. Interesting. Yeah, I've seen this one and I haven't dove into it, but yeah, up only pretty much. I was just like, this looks like a scam, like out of the gates. But
yeah, I don't know. I saw that and was just like, God damn, this thing is moving quite nicely.
Any other plays you're looking at today?
Today's a little tough. I caught a couple things this morning. I was streaming on thousands, and I've hit a couple things. I obviously traded that base thing very well. Like, I was happy about it. Didn't trade it like perfectly, but you never will. Yeah, to be honest, it's more like there's narratives right now, but it's still slower cooks. Like, certain things are moving slower, and you can find entries and make plays off of that, which is way more interesting to me. I'm happy. It seems like we're finally getting slightly past the bullshit that is like, oh, Giblify, Platoify, all this other bullshit. You had Defiant, which I shared to you guys, and you guys both told me I was dumb.
I didn't say
like, you didn't say shit. Clemente told me, dude, you're a fucking idiot. I hope you die. I was like, whoa, right, man. Whoa, okay, my bad. And I said, I think this pulls like an RFC, like the retard finder coin. It's another Twitter account that Elon Musk interacts with a ton, and they just posted a coin, like just straight up pinned it to their page. They're like, we just tokenized this. This is it. And so when I saw that, I was like, okay. I watched Frank D Gods lose $45,000 on the trade, which was rough.
That guy's been getting torched.
If he held, by the way, he would be up a little under 300 grand.
Are you guys on Ethos? Sorry, I'm just completely derailed.
Yeah, they're slashing Pollock right now.
Yeah. So if you're on Ethos, I highly recommend you get on Ethos. It's kind of fun, but also it's valuable. It like helps you filter Twitter. So
Can you explain Ethos for people that maybe don't know?
yeah, so Ethos is a platform, like a reputation platform, essentially trying to judge how trustworthy somebody is in the space, and it gives you like a rating and like then a ranking. So like blue is like somewhat trustworthy. You start out as neutral, which is gray. There's a Chrome add-on that goes on top of Twitter. So like when I'm looking through Twitter, I can see like what people's credibilities, and I can like see easily people jumping out of their neutral, negative, positive, which is useful. The way they do it is basically based on like user reviews, vouching Ethereum under people. So it's like very user review based. So it's not like the arbiter of truth. It can be farmed if you have like a group of people all reviewing each other positively, but it does like a decent job. But I popped open Jesse Pollock's page, and that's just the add-on shows this like live slashing, where essentially what they do is they basically try to like reduce someone's score via vote, and then there's like a public live vote that's held. So essentially, someone saying like, "Hey, Jesse Pollock is launching rugs on base, launching all these tokens." 62% of people are voting to slash, 38% are voting to defend. And essentially what this does is it would potentially lower Jesse Pollock's score by 100. And if it fails, it lowers the slasher's score by a certain amount as well. So like it's kind of like a battle between the two, based on like this narrative that they give. And then you have to decide like whose side you're on.
I mean, it's not a rug.
No.
This slashing is just wrong. Like
Yeah,
he launches weekly rugs is crazy. A rug would be if he was extracting from it. Like if he was profiting from it. He's not profiting from it. There's no like necessarily a bad intent. It's just financialization of the internet. This is an insane slash.
Yeah, it's like saying you don't agree with the execution, and that should hurt someone's like trustworthiness, which isn't the case. He's not doing anything like not trustworthy. He's saying what he's doing and doing it.
I mean, yeah, their goal is to bring as much on-chain activity to base. Ultimately, there's I mean, Wolfie is asking, how do I know he's not profiting off of it? I mean, if he is, that would be so stupid. And like, there's no chance he would be like, oh, I'm going to launch this and I'm going to dump on people using our chain. That makes zero sense. I'm sure he's very well paid. The only problem is people now will just snipe these launches. Everyone on Zora will just snipe anything launched from the base account, make money and dump it. Like, this is not setting people up for success. I don't think the Zora thing is going to work out. So anyways, yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. Chris Coffey says, are we 100% sure FNF didn't profit from it? No, we're never 100% sure.
Who's FNF?
Friends and family.
Oh, I mean, yeah, if you knew this was going to be launched by the base team and you were
someone sniped before the tweet went live and made $660,000.
There you go.
Well, did it come from like the wallet? Was the wallet like an account that like was attached to base is the question.
You'll never know.
So I'd be interested in looking at that. Like it could be, but if it's not, then it's like very shady. We're talking about Solana trenches, and I just brought up the Dune pump fun dashboard.
Mm-hmm.
It's looking like pretty good. Like this isn't looking bad at all. Token launches look like they've hit like a pretty much local bottom and are back on the uptrend. Addresses creating tokens is kind of bottomed as well. So interesting to see like some more volume in the Memecoin front here. Do you think we're going to see? I mean, this one's concerning though. Like do you think this is the most important chart? Easy, the daily active and new users.
Do I think it's accurate?
I mean, do you think it's the most important chart out of these, or do you think?
Yes, by far. But it also looks like it's bottoming here and starting to reclimb.
I mean, it did tapped bottom twice, early March, early April, and then hopefully it can start moving back up. We're beginning to see like it just feels like there's more action on Solana. We're seeing some like more runners in terms of like organic runners as well. They're not just like everything's running really quickly into like this crazy pumped volume. It's more like slower organic runners. Have you made any plays?
Marinates too. Like that's the thing is like you have something that'll like start to gain traction. No one's really sure like is it going to sizzle out or not. 2-3 days go by, it still has mind share outside of crypto Twitter, and then the token takes off.
Yeah, exactly. Clemente, have you made any plays over the past couple of days? Have you been watching anything interesting on the Memecoin front?
Shit, Clemente paying for dinner next time he sees me. I know that much.
Easy had a good play. I'm running like my
Made that MF
strategy.
with 10% of his total return. Just saying.
My strategy with all of these coins is, and where I feel like I have a competitive advantage is I know I'm more patient than most of the people that buy into these things. I'm fully into the virality strategy. And a lot of people, like what you see with basically every single viral token. And when I say that is like a viral trend post on Twitter or other social media platforms, what happens is these things initially have a spike. They run up to, like, I'll show the chicken jockey chart. Chicken jockey was a meme from this new Minecraft movie, and basically it like became super viral after people were going to this theater and like going crazy when this Minecraft little like mascot would come out. So here's what I'll show. Like, I'll show the chart of chicken jockey, and like patience is the number one thing for these things, because if you find a meme, a lot of the times if these things are viral, they won't run really for a while, right? So you had this initial spike to like 500K, and then it sat at like 100K for multiple days. So you got to sit through like multiple 80% drawdowns. And then it had another spike to 2 million. And then for multiple days, it sat and pulled back another like 60%. And then you got this massive run back up, and it ran to like 7 million. So the number one theme for this thing is like, you have to be willing to be patient and manage your risks, because these things take a lot of time to like, I think crypto traders and trenchers don't recognize how long things take to go viral, and they just want to make money in 15 minutes, and they sell all of their stuff. So even this trade that I'm in right now, which is like the thing that Easy sent me yesterday, I'll probably buy some if it dips, if it continues dipping. Yeah, right now it's like 60K. I'll buy some more because I'm willing to hold this thing for like 4 or 5 days. I'll set these like price targets, and if it ends up going viral, I know the payoff's going to be worth it. So,
should I buy here?
yeah, I mean, if you want, if it ends up going viral, I don't know if it's going to go viral because I haven't really seen too much of it, but I like it right here.
I basically sold for like break even overnight, so I just bought.
We're not endorsing this token. This is insanely risky.
Are we doing sub 70K shills right now?
This is insane that Ray's is buying this line.
So you guys want my next potential viral play?
If people want to buy this, by the way, this is just an ice bucket challenge. Apparently the ice bucket challenge is coming back.
It's back, started by USC. Yeah, so even Coach says it. It's really viral. Everyone on my story is doing it. This is big for ALS, which I'm actually a fan of. Like, dude, fuck yeah, some donation shit is dope, especially for like a good thing like that. You guys want my next viral play?
Hold on. I want to say one more thing on this ice bucket thing. There's a high likelihood it literally will go to like 10K and sit there for multiple days. I don't know
if it's like Daily Mail or one of those other random Snapchat bullshits pick it up, it'll explode. It'll explode.
Am I going into this one you sent me, Easy?
I want to share the thesis on why I think this thing goes to 500K.
All right, I did it. I'll let Easy do it too.
All right, it's called Cuck of the Day. Cuck of the Day. Click the X account.
180 holders.
No, I know. Click the X account. Trump War Room. Big account. 2.5 million followers. Official Team Trump. Every day so far, they've been tweeting Cuck of the Day and getting insane engagement on it. Like, fuck you level engagement. It's perfect for crypto Twitter because it uses a naughty word. It's perfect for the Republican Army because they just love to shit on people and be hyper aggressive. This thing did exactly what Clemente said. For the last 36 hours, it's set at 14K. The page this morning woke up, posted Cuck of the Day, ran from 11K to 60. Obviously, now this stream is pumping it. God damn it. But we did see it now make a new all-time high. So I think this has a couple hundred Ks in it, personally, because it has the word cuck in it and is backed by a Trump-backed page. So for me, that's like good enough for this to be this viral trend.
I like the thesis. This is not financial advice.
Added 45 holders over the last 30 seconds with this. Yeah, these are all very risky. These are low mark. This is gambling. This is absolutely gambling.
This is gambling, 100%.
So is every other, like fart coin is gambling. Granted, it's different market caps, and it's all, this is in like the furthest down the risk curve, but ignore you. Like, I don't recommend you buy any of these, but I think it's worth understanding the thought process behind some of these things, because I still think there's an opportunity in the market to trade viral.
Stuff like this is, so I look at correlations, right? This page, Trump War Room tweeted. Did you see the Memecoin yesterday meme template?
Yeah.
They tweeted that. They were the ones who caused that to get legs. That ran to 3 million, right? They've now tweeted this twice. So if they continue to do this, and each of those posts continues to pull a couple 100,000 impressions, I'm like, yeah, this is the exact thesis that me and Clemente have been spitballing about these viral moments. And this fits crypto Twitter narrative, Republican Twitter narrative, naughty word narrative. Big three, baby.
I like it. I'm in.
This will go to zero, and
it will go to zero expeditiously. We're up 65 holders.
All right, we're not going to do that. Okay. Anyways, we'll check in on this later. Yeah, Ray, maybe we can shift gears a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. We can talk about macro. I want to talk about Trump basically yelling at Jerome Powell, saying like this guy can't get out of office soon enough, and Powell firing back, like flooding the tariffs, being like this is going to increase inflation, slow growth, which is going to potentially slow rate cuts. Looking over at Poly Market, so we're looking at some Fed decisions here. Fed decision in May, 88% at no change, looking like it's going to be most likely from next month. Any big changes there will definitely like greatly affect the macro market and crypto in general, as people will be flooding in or out of risk on assets based on the Fed rate decision. Fed decision in June is looking like it's going to be a toss-up, like maybe a cut, maybe not a cut, 50-50, pretty much either way. July is when we start seeing maybe a cut. In terms of total rate cuts, the favorite now is 3, with 4 slightly behind it, and then 2. So we're looking at, in terms of like total rate cuts, over we go 2 or less is 20, 30, 42% for 2 or less. So that 58% chance of at least 3 rate cuts, according to Poly Market. Easy. Are you factoring in rate cuts at all in terms of like how you're doing your macro strategy? Are you looking forward to FOMC meetings or changes here in terms of how you're trading the majors?
To some extent, for sure. I think rate cuts have to be monitored. I still think we get one in the summer at the earliest. I think my thesis has been like buy in May and pray. And I think that still is on the table. Like, I think that is the play here. The bigger concern is like if the economy is still showing strength, we won't get a cut. You basically need like, that's a shitty part, is like you need everyone to be in a shitty place for us to get cuts.
That makes sense. I know like a lot of people are talking, like Arthur Hayes was like basically saying Trump's strategy is to drive unemployment through these Doge government like cutbacks, and then like really calls pain in Washington to like kind of push forward for rate cuts. Something to keep an eye on. There's really not much you can do unless like there's a major shift. Like if all of a sudden like these numbers on Poly Market start shifting, like looking like we're going to get a cut in May, maybe there's an opportunity to trade volatility up to the upside. If we see that like June for whatever reason starts falling, maybe there's an opportunity to short on the downside, as people are kind of expecting a rate cut like June or July. That being said, Sue Crypto, Checo, you just got 0.1 Solana sent to you over the Echo protocol. We got a winner in the house. Odalgos.com/Echo. We're rewarding the people on Twitter today who are commenting their Echo profile in the comments. And one more time, Echo is basically a transactional layer on top of X, allows you to pay only knowing someone's X user account. We've been sending them out all show. Congrats, Zoo Crypto, Checo. We're making it rain. Back over to crypto, though. So we talked a little bit about rate cuts. We talked about, I want to talk about Bitcoin dominance. This hits a new all-time high, 4-year all-time high on Bitcoin dominance. I'm like really curious what we would need to see a rate cut, or not a rate cut, an altcoin cycle that's really going to eat into this. Like, are we ever going to see another like massive dip in this in this. Sorry, I'm pulling up the chart now. In this Bitcoin dominance chart, we're up to almost 64% on Bitcoin dominance. This chart is super high right now. We'll go to the weekly on Bitcoin dominance, and it's like reached levels now that we haven't seen since late 2020, early 2021. So that's like, over 4 years ago. The question really is like, do we see this violent shift to altcoins again, where we see, this massive downtrend in Bitcoin dominance, or at this point, is it just like Bitcoin, then everything else is kind of its own market? I'm like curious what your thoughts are on Bitcoin dominance, Easy, and like, do you think like
Bitcoin
what
dominance will go up just like the chart of gold forever, up only forever. I think it's going to become a moot point, and we don't really weigh it as heavily. I think altcoin dominance becomes more interesting. I think stuff like that is where like you have to start to shift a little bit of your focus. The Bitcoin dominance chart is going to look like the gold chart over a long enough timeline.
Right, because Bitcoin is just going to go up so much, outperforming everything.
Steady grind higher forever is like the thesis. Just steady grind up.
That makes sense.
So like, I've slowly stopped caring about the Bitcoin dominance chart personally, purely because of that. I'm like, yeah, I could care a lot about this, but at the same time, I think, yeah, we'll have points and ebbs and flows where stuff starts to shift for sure. Do I think we need to hyper focus on it? Probably not, because I do think eventually it will continue to just be a moot point.
Can you, yeah, I agree with what Easy's saying. Ray, can you pull up the Sol ETH chart? We talked about this last week, and I saw a bunch of people on like the Ethereum bulls basically being like, bottom is in, or like top is in, or whatever, reversal is in. I mean, it's wild seeing this chart continuing to make new highs. So like, Easy, do you see this reversing anytime soon? Or Ray, I'm curious what I talked to Bread Guy who's
doesn't reverse. Like, plain and simple, I don't see this reversing. Like, it's another one that I look at and I'm just like, what is the thesis for this to reverse? There's more users on Sol. There's more dApps being built on Sol. L2s on ETH are causing dispersed liquidity and causing fragmentation amongst the chain. Yeah, there's a lot of that shit where I'm just like, I don't see us sitting here getting excited or this breaking its trend for the foreseeable future until a new L2 comes out that gains traction and interest.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, we saw this yesterday with like the activity on Base, right? Like all the degen activity, which is most of the volume right now, is happening on Solana, right?
Yeah.
I'm pulling up some volume charts by chain so we can take a good look. I'm curious to see what happened with that Base yesterday. I would look at like flows at some point. I want to pull up chain volume and see what we're looking at here.
You're pulling it up for like Ethereum?
Yeah.
Is he just hammering his keyboard?
Yeah. So 24-hour volume on DEXs, Solana leading 2.7 billion, 24-hour volume. Ethereum behind at 1.7. 7-day also leading. The one place where like ETH kind of eats Solana's lunch is in TVL, but like as volume continues to flow to Solana, that TVL that could even out a bit. 7.1 bill and DEX TVL and Ethereum, 2.2 bill and DEX TVL on Solana. We zoom in on this chart here. Curious to see what we've been looking like over the last like year or so. Like Solana did have like a much bigger like chunk of it with the Trump coin launch that's kind of been like falling off. Ethereum's pretty much been like steady between like 1.5 and 2 billion over time in terms of DEX volume. Solana has just basically been 50% more DEX volume than Ethereum though over the last 3 months.
Alfalfa is saying that degen activity will only last until degens are extracted from. They won't have forever funds. I think that's an interesting point to bring up, basically saying that like people will keep degenning and lose money on this over time. We only like, I think Solana right now is the home for that. But the way I think about it, and granted, I'm a Solana bull, is that once more apps, use cases for crypto that are interesting to people, they will happen on Solana. And like retail is getting onboarded to Solana through these, but other use cases over time will hopefully attract more interesting stuff. That's what I'm more interested in, right? Is like, where will these apps that get traction and actually onboard more people come from? Will it come from Ethereum? Maybe it will, right? Maybe base L2 or like Mega ETH will have some interesting stuff. Maybe SWI or AVAX. Interesting to think about.
Yeah, definitely. Like even during that big AI push on Ethereum with Base, like Solana was just eating its lunch. So like
Yeah.
even if there are like big narratives on Base and Ethereum chains, it's like you're still not seeing that same like you're seeing an equal pump on Solana. So it normally means that like there's just frothiness in the market in general. So like it's almost like if Solana has to hit like an exit velocity and then like also Base catches a bid or also Ethereum catches a bid. So it's interesting to watch and one we're definitely be tracking.
Yeah.
Anything else you guys would like to discuss? I'm going to go through some quick hitters while you think about that. We saw some more macroeconomic turmoil. U.S. aiming to block China's trade routes while negotiating with 670 other countries to help them do this. China's local government sold 15,000 Bitcoin worth over $1.2 billion. The Russian finance ministry advocated for creation of a state stablecoin. The Trump debt pulled liquidity and transferred 4.6 million USDC to Coinbase ahead of their unlock in a couple days. Binance, and then we just talked about Bitcoin's market cap dominance hitting a 4-year high. Maybe we talk about this Trump liquidity pool here. This is a little bit concerning. Like I was thinking that maybe there would be some sort of lock, and they would try to like pump token price and unlock, but it seems like they might just get ready to they might just be getting ready to dump.
They do not care about the price. There's no way they care about the price of this thing. The interesting thesis was like Trump is basically going to view, like the biggest bull case was Trump is going to view his success in the crypto market from his meme coin. I can guarantee you he hasn't checked the price of this thing at all, nor does he care.
There were people like being like, "Yeah, I'm big brain." Like Trump's so big brained. He's in there answering. Reporters were asking him like about his token, and he's like, "Oh, what's it at now?" That seems like it's pretty high, but a lot of people in here make a lot more than that or something. So like maybe he was just like legitimately not knowing or caring what's going on with that meme coin.
This thing's going to get like the 20% of the supply is wild. This thing has to dump. I think there could have been something interesting with it, but people don't like, there's no reason why their team, hypothetically speaking, would be like spending more time doing this. This chart to make an all-time high is literally a 10x from here. It's down 90% from its all-time highs. And it's reflective of every single meme coin. 99.99% of meme coin launches. Like this is a pretty crazy chart. Look at this. I lost like 3 SOL on this. Yeah, pretty ridiculous. What's the Melania chart?
I don't even want to look at that.
But that's a different team, I think.
That's the Hayden team, right?
I mean, is this the right one? Yeah. What? Why is this like reverse? Okay, maybe. No, I think this is a little screwed up. Anyways, I don't know what this is.
So daily on Trump, the daily chart is straight up down only. What would it take to send a Trump token to a new all-time high? Like, what does he have to do to send this up to an all-time high? Like, does he have to say like they're using tariff money to buy Trump token and like follow through? Like, does that even do it? Does that even send this to a new all-time high?
No.
Adding Trump token to a U.S. strategic reserve send this to a new all-time high?
Probably not.
So like, it's like people looking at like the old price versus where we're at now and be like, "Oh, this is at discount." Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, what's going to happen here? Blade's actually saying like exactly what I'm saying. Imagine Trump taking a break from tariff negotiations to check the Trump chart, ending income tax. Yeah, I don't know. Like this, I can't see what's going to happen here. That's going to send this again. I think they're including it in his game.
This guy's so much other shit to worry about than his meme coin. He does not care. So, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see the price action on this and then just nuke the chart.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting. I think we're seeing unlocks 2 days, Saturday, I think. Friday or Saturday. So I'm gonna be watching this one closely to see exactly what happens. I think they're using the Trump token in their new crypto game coming out later this month, the Monopoly game. So we'll see what happens there. The ultimate Trump Ponzi. That could be something that might pump it, but who knows? I'm no longer holding. I didn't trade this after the initial pump. Bought early, sold too early. Watch from the sidelines. That being said, anything else you guys want to talk about today? Anything else you want to cover before we wrap here?
No, I think we covered it.
All right, we're gonna do one more giveaway, and this one's gonna be for YouTube. So hammer out your ats in the YouTube comments. We're gonna send 1.1 more Solana off to a winner that we pick here. Shoot out a bunch of ats, and then we'll have Easier Clemente pick. We're gonna be sending out some Solana. Shoot out your Twitter accounts in the chat. We're gonna send out Solana 0.1. This is on Echo. If you haven't signed up for Echo yet, you're going to need to win these giveaways. Bodogos.com/Echo, the payment rail on top of X, what everybody needs to pay on X super easily. Look how easy it is to send money to anybody. Easy. Clemente, scan that. Pick a quick winner for me.
Kaiser
like
_ ETH.
Okay, we can go to Kaiser. I also like this Copes guy. I want Lambo Ape. Kaiser _ ETH, and I want Lambo Ape.
Okay, we're gonna send 0.1 each. Kaiser, K-H-I. Am I spelling this right? Z-E-R. Kaiser ETH. Boom. Looks right. 0.1 Solana. And then we're gonna send it to what's the other one? I want Lambo Ape.
Yep.
Cool. All right, I've got to do some stuff on my end to get these through. So just know that this is coming because I have to do like a little passkey scan on my phone, and that's just boring and admin work. So we will send these out as soon as the show wraps up. Shout out to Echo. Head to bodogos.com/Echo to get these giveaways. You're going to need a Checo and Checo your Echo to receive these funds. Yeah, we'll be giving these away throughout the month, throughout different shows. So make sure you tune in and check it out. We do this podcast Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern time. You can catch us on all major podcasting platforms, Spotify, Apple, watch live on YouTube, see what we're talking about. Watch us send our echoes out. Watch Clemente do cold DMs telling girls to check their echo on
No,
Twitter.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I want to make it clear, guys.
Have a wonderful Thursday. We'll catch you tomorrow. Thank you for tuning in.